Hey guys, Joe here of the Joe Madden Sports Podcast. I'm joined this afternoon by Coach James Young, analysis of basketball for Sports Grid. James, how's the day treating you?
Good, Joe. It's Memorial Day weekend here at the Jersey Shore, so that means all the New York City traffic is building up. So let's hope the weather cooperates and everybody has a good weekend.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you back on the show. I love how you break down basketball. We've got a great game on the board to break down tonight, Coach. Let's talk. We got the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. Now, this is game 6. Do you think the Boston Celtics are going to come out here and get a nice home win?
I think so, Joe. I've been riding the Miami Heat pretty much the entire season. Felt they've been disrespected, but they're banged up. I think the series really turned, even though they won game number 3, Joe. I think the series turned when Jimmy Butler got hurt, when that play with Peyton Pritchard with his knee hasn't been explosive as much. And if you look at a team like Miami, they really rely on Jimmy to score a lot of points. Look at his points. The last couple of games have not played particularly well for the Miami Heat. Bam is up and down, had a really poor game number 4, decent game in game 5 with 18 points, but really not a lot else. If you're not getting Strus hitting jump shots, you're not getting Oladipo hitting jump shots. Lowry is a shell of himself. So I really think it's the fact that they've hit a wall. And right now, Boston's a little bit more of the healthier team. So I do think this is a closer game tonight, which would set up a really fascinating NBA Finals between them and the Warriors.
Yeah, no matter which team moves on between these two, Coach, which team do you think will give the Warriors a bigger struggle?
I mean, I thought that it would be, Miami, but I can't pick Miami right now because of how hurt they are. I mean, someone put out a tweet last night of Miami getting off the bus in Boston, and they looked like they're walking wounded. I mean, it looked really sad watching them get off the floor, off the bus. But it's one of those things where it's a battle of attrition, Joe, and just as much as important as the head coaches and the staff and the players is, the medical personnel, the massage therapists, the athletic trainers, the people that you don't see every day on an NBA or a college team, they play a pivotal role down the stretch because their job to try to keep guys healthy. And right now, Miami isn't it. So because of that, and the fact that Boston is more healthy, and the fact that they do have 2 proven scorers in Tatum and Brown, I think they're going to pose a bigger threat to Golden State right now than a team like Miami who is struggling down the stretch with injuries.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, with this game tonight, are you looking for Boston to be able to hold defensively down the Miami Heat? Are you looking for a higher scoring or lower scoring game?
I think for Miami, it's going to be a lower scoring game. You really got to look at the fact that they're going to need, think about this, Joe. Strus and Lowry shot a combined 0 for 15, 0 for 12 from 3. I mean, that is really hard to be that bad. So, you have to look at the fact that digging in defensively is going to be the key for Boston. They're going to try and limit Jimmy Butler from going off if he tries to, and bam. So once you look at those two, if you can neutralize one of them, you're already compromised offensively in Miami because you don't have a lot of guys that can create their own shots. So to me, the game would lean more to the under and Boston lean on their defense. I think they stretch this lead out. It may be close in the first half, similar to game 5, and then I think they pull away in the second half.
Yeah, I could definitely see it happening. Always scary to take an under when this number is so low, but I believe, like you do, it's going to be hard for the Miami Heat to get those points on the board tonight. Was there anyone that you're looking at any player props for tonight, Coach?
Yeah, I'm actually going to look at, Jason Tatum. I'm going to look at his assists tonight. I think one of the things that Miami's going to try and do is Miami's going to try and run multiple defenders at him, get the ball out of his hands. You usually say that on your home surface, you shoot the better, particularly the roll guy. So I think he's going to drive and kick and look for guys like Grant Williams, Pritchard, Marcus Smart, hitting perimeter jumpers. So I'm going to look at Jason Tatum to go over his assist prop. For Jimmy Butler, I think I'm going to look over his rebounding prop. I think he's going to rebound the ball well. It's at 6.5. He's hit it 2 of the last 5 games, missed 2 by the hook. I think he's going to rebound the ball well tonight. My concern is with Jimmy Butler scoring. Right now, it depends on where you find it. If you see his points prop over 23.5, so if it's at 24.5, take the under. Jimmy Butler traditionally is not really great in closeout games. And elimination games, I should say. And the fact that he's compromising injured with his knee, Joe, he likes to muscle you and get to the basket. He's going to have problems with that. So if that points prop is hanging at 24.5 or higher for Jimmy Butler, I hate to fade him. I look to take the under.
Okay, I like that, definitely. Any thoughts on Marcus Smart tonight to record a double-double? I'm looking at this plus money, plus 1,400. Think it's worth a sprinkle?
I mean, it's worth a sprinkle because you could get a rebounding game. And if you have Miami shooting the ball 7 for 45 from 3, Joe, like in game 5, I think you lean to long shots, long rebounds. But if there's a guy I would take a plus money to get a double-double, look for Robert Williams. They don't give him the ball much, but he's a lob threat. He rebounds offensively well, and he's a good defensive rebounder. And I think a big key for Boston going into possibly the NBA Finals, Joe, is they got to get Big Rob going, because if you looked at what happened in the series against Memphis, Golden State sometimes struggles when they deal with a big that is active on the low blocks opening, kind of like a Jaren Jackson Jr. Now, Robert Williams' game doesn't extend it to the three-point line like Jaren Jackson Jr., but his interior play, his toughness, his O-boarding, his lob threat is similar to Triple J. So maybe you look to see if Boston gets him going. Look for Robert Williams to possibly get a double-double at plus money.
Okay, I like it. Now, I know you have a lot going on at Sports Grid. What else do you have for the audience today, and where can they find it?
I'll be on in about 20, 30 minutes with Scotty Farrell on Coast to Coast. I'm on every day, weekdays, 3:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be on with Game Time Decisions with our Canadian buddies, Gabe and Cam. I'll be on at 6:05 tonight. I'll probably be on BetMGM tonight. I usually am on Mondays in the 7 or 8 p.m. hour, but pretty much you'll see me every day on Sports Grid. I'll be on tomorrow, betting above the rim with Keith Arizari in the 10 o'clock hour, and the same thing with Kevin Walsh on Sunday. So basically 7 days a week on Sports Grid. You'll find me somewhere. If you want to follow me on social media, it's Coach Young and Jay on Twitter. IG, I don't use as much, but it's JRY02. But follow me on social media. I'll be sure to give out picks. I'm going to try to do some stuff, especially with the NBA Finals, where I'll give a little bit more analysis. And once we get towards the end of the Finals, you'll start to see me start to handicap the WNBA. And that's a place, Joe, where people can make a lot of money in the WNBA because it's more algorithm based. So if you understand the game and runs and plays and who's in, who's out, you can make a little bit of money on the WNBA.
Well, I can't wait for that, Coach. I want to wish you a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. All the best in all of your shows and all of your bets. Thank you for joining me again.
Thanks, Joe. Look to do it again soon.
Thank you.